On Tuesday, my state, Wisconsin, has its presidential primary, April 5th. And I am supporting John Kasich. Now, I know that might surprise some people. I may come off as a flaming liberal, even a socialist, but I'm not. I'm a right-of-center, George H.W. Bush, Bob Dole, Tommy Thompson, Scott Klug Republican. I am like a lot of people. I believe in responsible taxation and responsible spending, but that keeps the social net in place. Unfortunately, the modern Republican Party doesn't believe that, and they're out of touch with the American people. They want absolutism. They want everything, and America doesn't like that, and they see, if you want everything, you get dysfunction, and we have dysfunction in Washington, D.C., and the independents hate it. We want regulations, but we want helpful regulations that prevent things like Flint or West Texas, protect us, but does not stifle innovation or profits. Liberals like to put so many hoops and hurdles and tapes. We just want enough to keep our water safe, our food safe, our air safe. But the modern Republican Party doesn't want that. Now, I'm going to give you some of my Republican bona fides. But I do have a caveat. When I was 8, I was hit by a car, and the EMTs asked me to check if I had brain damage, who the president was. And I said Ronald Reagan, but I wanted Mondale. I was 8 at the time, so you can excuse me. In 1990, my Uncle Mike was running for office, and I met Scott Klug at a parade in Sun Prairie, and I had my picture taken with him. That November, my dad and I went to the concourse for the election night party, and I saw him go into an elevator, and I cornered him and asked him to sign my picture. And this time, we didn't know if he was going to win or lose. Kastenmeier was a tough opponent. I mean, he was entrenched in the Congress, but he won. I had nothing to do with it, but I'm glad that he won. I wish I was 18 in 1992 so I could have voted for George H.W. Bush, I think one of the most underrated presidents of the last 100 years. But I did vote for Bob Dole in 1996 because I thought, and I still think that Bill Clinton was the most corrupt and immoral person to hold the White House since Warren Harding. And now his wife is running for president. But the thing is, the fundamentalists have taken over the party. And it is killing America. Ronald Reagan knew that if you got 70% and the other side got 30% of what they wanted, it was a victory. Heck, even 60-40 is a victory. And the thing is, I don't want to vote for Hillary in November, but I will. I will vote for her out of fear. Or Bernie Sanders, who I think, if gets a nomination, is very likely to be president if it's versus Trump or Cruz. And while I like some of his policies, he's uber idealistic, and the only way to get what he wants, I'm afraid, would be through revolution, and I don't want a revolution. Like I said in my earlier video, I want a revival. So we need a candidate who can win the independent vote. Now, I voted for Tommy Thompson in 1998 for my state's first governor, and I'm proud of that. But the same year, I did vote for Russ Feingold, mainly because Mark Newman scared me. But the thing back then, Mark Newman was an outlier. He was not the norm. Now, they are the norm, not the outlier. And that is what is wrong with the nation. We need to go back to our right-of-center roots. And John Kasich is the guy to do it. And I know, you say, oh, he expanded Medicaid. But the thing is, that which might kill him in the primaries would save him in the general. Because it shows I'm willing to buck party lines when it's the right thing to do. And Hillary is going to win against Donald Trump or Ted Cruz, barring a terrorist attack in August, September, October, or October, or early November. And I don't want that to happen. I pray that it won't happen. But if John Kasich is the nominee, I believe he will defeat Hillary, and he will defeat Hillary handedly. Now, Wisconsin is the birthplace of the Republican Party. I was proud to call myself a Republican in my formative years. The first Democrat president I voted for was Kerry because of the Iraq War, and I'm sorry, it was a debacle. I don't know if Bush or Cheney lied to get us into it. I just know that it was executed terribly. But now is the time to bring people like us back to the party that we love, because Wisconsin's the birthplace of the Republican Party. But if Ted Cruz or Donald Trump win and John Kasich drops out, history will show this was the death of the Republican Party was in our state as well. And so, if you get second place, if Kasich gets second place, this is what I recommend he does. Check the demographics. See the percentage of independents and Democrats who voted for him. If it's higher than the other two, which I think it will be, you have a case for November. And the thing is, if we have a contested election, which it looks like we will, I believe that if you have enough delegates, John Kasich will be the nominee and will be the next president of the United States. But the thing is, Republican voters, you have to stop this Tea Party madness. You have to stop this absoluteness. Because anyone can tell you, if you try to get everything, you'll end up with nothing. God bless.